In this video, I'm going to begin with the most important part of any text mining project, that is getting the text into Python and cleaning it. So we know that text data is usually messy. It may contain missing values, duplicate records, URLs, HTML tags, extra spaces, and sometimes even different languages. So before we can do NLP, classification, clustering, sentiment analysis, or topic modeling, we need a clean text data set. First, I will upload the data files. In Google Colab on the left side, click the folder icon to open the file browser, and then simply drag and drop the listings and review datasets downloaded from inside Airbnb into that area. So this may take a little while since the reviews dataset contains over 1 million records and the listing dataset contains tens of thousands of records, so they're fairly large files. One thing to keep in mind is that the Google Colab is a free cloud-based environment. It's a great tool, but Google does place limits on memory usage and inactive sessions. So if your notebook sits idle for too long, if you're working with large data sets, your session may eventually time out. So when that happens, you will need to reconnect, re-upload your data files, and rerun your code cells. If you prefer working on your own computer instead of the cloud, you can install a local Python environment. My personal favorite is Anaconda with Jupyter Notebook, so you can run Python locally. Notice that the downloaded files appear simply as listings and reviews without the extension showing. These are actually CSV files, which is one of the most common formats for storing tabular data. So since these files are CSV datasets, we can use Panda library to read them directly into Python and begin our analysis. Now we need to import a few Python libraries. Pandas will be our primary tool for loading and manipulating datasets. We'll also use the built-in regular expression library called RE for pattern matching, and Beautiful Soup for removing HTML text that often showed up in web-based text data. Now we'll load the Airbnb reviews dataset into a Pandas data frame. A data frame is a spreadsheet-like structure in Python that allows to organize and analyze data efficiently. The UTF-8 encoding here ensures that special characters are interpreted correctly when the file is read. When I load the dataset, one of the first things I do is inspect the first few rows. This helps me verify that the data loaded correctly and gives me an initial understanding of what each column contains, without entering any number in the dfhead function that by default gives me first 5 records. And now sometimes 5 rows are not enough to understand the data. So I enter 10 for the first 10 records or even more, because the larger sample can let us spot patterns, format issues, or unexpected values that may require cleaning later. Notice the blue icon in the top right corner. That's Colab's interactive data table view, and it lets us see the full text in each cell. And here we can already spot HTML text and some non-English content that we need to clean up later. We can also sort and filter records directly from this interface. The info function provides a summary of the entire dataset. It shows the number of rows and columns, the data type of each variable. Here we can see that we have 1.7 million rows and 6 columns, including the listing ID, and the comments field are actually the reviews. The original dataset contains several variables, but for this text mining project, we only need a few key fields. Reducing the dataset early can make our workflow cleaner and more efficient. I also renamed the review identifier so its purpose is clear. Missing data is one of the most common challenges in real-world datasets. This line counts the number of missing values in each column so we can determine whether any records need to be removed or imputed. And we can see that the comments or the reviews are missing 391 values in the dataset. For text mining, the actual review text is essential. If a review is missing, there's nothing to analyze. So we're going to remove those records from the dataset. After that, we can use df.shape to check out the most updated dataset size. Duplicate records can distort analysis by over-representing certain observations. So here we remove the rows that are completely identical across all columns. Most text processing functions expect string input. So here we convert the comments column to string format. to make sure that later cleaning operations run consistently without unexpected errors. Many Airbnb descriptions contain HTML formatting, like line breaks or markup text. These elements are useful for displaying content on the website, but provide little value for text analysis, so we remove them. URLs usually has very little meaning in most text mining tasks. So this function uses regular expressions to identify and remove URLs from the text. Text data frequently contains extra spaces, tabs, or line breaks. So we standardize whitespace to create cleaner and more consistent text for downstream analysis. Rather than calling several cleaning functions separately, we combine them into a single reusable workflow. So this function repairs encoding issues, removes URLs and HTML, standardizes spacing, and converts everything to lowercase for consistency. Now we apply our cleaning pipeline to every review in a dataset. This step takes about 2 minutes, so I'm going to speed up the screen recording a little bit. The clean version is stored in a new column, so we can preserve the original text while creating a standardized version for analysis. Using the interactive data table, we can see that the HTML tag was removed and everything turned into lowercase. Some records may become empty after cleaning because they contain only URLs, HTML tags, or other non-informative content. So we remove those records because they provide no useful information. Many property datasets contain multiple languages, so is ours. This function uses the lang detect library to identify whether a piece of text is written in English. So that allows us to focus on a single language if needed. Here, I just want to show you how to do this, but I did not actually run to my DF because on a single CPU, it apparently is going to take 3.5 to 6 hours long to process 1.7 million records. These are simple but useful text features. Character count measures the total length of the document, and the word count measures how many individual words it contains. So we use these features later during the EDA or exploratory data analysis. After cleaning, it's a good practice to save the process dataset so that we can reuse the clean data in the future NLP tasks without having to repeat all of the pre-processing steps every time we start a new analysis. So when saving the file, I also set the index equal to false so that Pandas does not write the row numbers as an extra column in the CSV file. I also specify encoding is UTF-8, which is the most common text encoding standard and helps preserve like special characters correctly when the file is open later in Python, in Excel, or other software. Also, after the file is saved, you can find it under the folder icon, and you can click on the 3 dots to download it to your local machine. The original dataset contains more than 1 million reviews, so to make the example more manageable and faster to run, we create a representative sample of 1,000 reviews like this way. At this stage, we select only the variables that we want to carry forward into the future. So this creates a clean and compact dataset specifically designed for our text mining workflow. Because this dataset has already been cleaned and sampled, so in the future, we can just focus on analysis rather than pre-processing. Now we are done cleaning with the reviews. Now for the listings dataset, we can follow exactly the same style. Unlike the reviews dataset, the listings dataset contains 78 variables. So in addition to text field like name, description, neighborhood, overview, and house about, it also includes property features like number of beds, how many guests property can accommodate, room type, price. Many of these variables might become useful later when we build machine learning and NLP models. So before we can use the price variable, we need to clean it because it's stored as a text string containing dollar signs and other formatting characters. So we will convert it into numeric variable and create a new price category variable. We want to use the median price as the cutoff because we can reduce the outliers impact, and also we can produce a kind of more balanced high price versus low price classification. Then we will combine multiple text fields into a single document, like we combine name, description, and neighborhood overview because they might influence price. We also remove the extreme price outliers using the quartile. So this will help us prevent unusual, cheap, or expensive listing from skewing our analysis and make the dataset more representative of typical Airbnb properties. Finally, we'll save two versions of the dataset, a fully cleaned listing dataset and a small sample containing 1,000 records. So the full dataset can be useful for larger experiments. The smaller version can be faster and more convenient for demonstrations.